Now I'm going to tell you a little secret. No one knows about this. This is really between you and me, okay? Did you know that you can download tools that can automate your workflow, making writing code easier and faster? I know. You come here for all the exclusive information. Hot off the press, you've never heard this stuff before. Okay, maybe that joke went a little bit too far. But seriously, if you clicked on this video, you want some cool tools to help you automate your front-end workflow or just make your life a little bit easier while you're writing code as a developer. And boy, have I got some tools for you, buddy. Boy, I've got some tools for you. It's gonna make your life a lot easier. So let's get into it. Tool number one, ESLint. Now, when I first started writing JavaScript code, believe it or not, I was making a mess, like a serious mess. Mistakes were slipping through everywhere. Now, I wasn't adding semicolons, I was misspelling methods, functions. I wouldn't even notice these misspellings. And to be honest, I'm still kind of making those mistakes today. The terminal just shouts at me, the browser just cracks it. You know the feeling, right? So I thought to myself, there has to be a better way. So I Googled, I searched far and wide. I even asked ChatGPT to help me with this problem. And you know what ChatGPT said? You suck, be a better developer. I was like, damn, ChatGPT, what's gotten into you? Then it told me, go get. It was soon after that I found ESLint. Let's say it together, ESLint. This tool helps you find and fix problems in your JavaScript code in real time, and even JSX as well. It's like adding this senior dev right over your shoulder, looking at you and just saying things like, you made a mistake there, you made a mistake there, you made a mistake there. And it does this, but it doesn't judge you at the same time, which is nice. Success. It just gives you these friendly little reminders that, yeah, don't get too ahead of yourself. You still are an idiot. So what it does is it runs in the background and it scans through your JavaScript code or JSX code, as you're writing it, and it looks for problems and it tells you about them. It then catches things like, undeclared variables, functions that are never used, and inconsistent formatting. It's like spell check, but in code. Instead of you manually reading every line of code to find the bug, ESLint comes to the rescue. As you type, it flags these problems, often with suggestions as well on how to fix it. It can even auto-fix some issues with one command. And using a tool like ESLint is especially important as your projects start to get bigger and bigger and bigger. And it also helps to keep your code base clean. And trust me, when you're working with other developers, this helps a lot. Don't be that messy guy, okay? Clean it up. How do you start using it? Well, if you're using VS Code, just search for ESLint in your extensions and install it. Then in your project, run npm install ESLint, save dev to add it. You can also run npx ES client to create a config file where you can sort of mess around with some of the preferences if you want to. But honestly, out of the box, it's pretty good. You don't have to tinker with it too much. Thank me later. Tool number two, auto rename tag. Let me ask you a question. Are you writing both the opening and closing HTML tags? Oh, my dear friend, so much you have to learn. I'm gonna blow your mind. Never write a closing tag again. That should honestly be their marketing slogan, I think. Auto rename tag is one of those tools that you'll wonder how you ever live without. It's kind of like coffee when you start to get addicted to it. But, now I've got anxiety from it, so maybe a little bit more coffee will fix that. I remember early on, I would change like a section tag, for example, to main, and I'd forget to change the closing tag, and everything would break. And I would spend the next 10 minutes trying to figure out what I did wrong. But now with auto rename tag, the problem is just a distant memory. You see, life is good now. It's brilliant. It cuts down on those frustrating moments where your layout breaks just because of a mistype or mismatched tag. And let's be honest, as experienced as you are, not closing your tags happens more often than it should. This extension is more of a quality of life upgrade. You can move quicker, make fewer errors, and stay in flow without backtracking to fix broken layouts. And when you're learning, anything that reduces friction is a win. Besides from using AI, of course. If you want to use it, just go to the extensions tab in VS Code and search for auto rename tag, install it, and that's it. There's really nothing to configure. Start typing in a HTML or JSX file and watch the magic begin. You'll see it automatically update. Life changed, you're welcome. Tool number three, Tailwind CSS. Now look, there's no hate with the traditional way of writing and importing CSS. And in fact, if you're still learning CSS, stick to the traditional way. But once you have all the fundamentals down and you want to whip up a page fast and make it responsive and make it look pretty without 3 million class names, flipping back and forth between two different files, Tailwind is your man or woman, whatever you want. Now, I'm not going to lie, when you first look at it, probably looks a little bit messy, all those utility classes jammed into the HTML. But Once you give it a shot, you will see the light. You can build responsive layouts, tweak spacing, and change colors without ever leaving the HTML file. It's awesome. So if you are running out of creative names for custom CSS for every single thing, because look, let's be honest, button primary, main button, big button, important button, this is how you lose your mind in 6 months when you try to remember what important button was supposed to do. And yes, this was actually CSS from an old project of mine. But really the only button you should be worried about right now is hitting the subscribe button. Tailwind CSS is a utility-first framework that gives you low-level classes like P-4, which adds padding. BG Blue 500, that's basically a specific shade of blue for the background, and Text Center, which centers your text all within a beautiful line. It allows you to build these custom designs quickly without writing any custom CSS from scratch. Tailwind just automates your styling workflow. You no longer need to write CSS selectors, switch between files, or come up with consistent spacing or color systems. It's all built in. And the CLI version even purges unused styles, which really optimizes your final bundle automatically. Now, if bundle sizes are a real issue, writing custom CSS is fine, but as your project grows, it becomes harder to keep things consistent and organized. Keep that in mind. Tailwind gives you this shared language for design. You don't have to guess padding sizes or invent new class names. Plus, it's fast, and you can prototype an entire layout in minutes without touching a separate style sheet. It'll feel weird at the beginning, I'm not gonna lie, but you will learn to love it. Tool number 4, Lighthouse. So you know what a lighthouse does, right? It shines this light across the ocean to help ships spot danger and stay on course. Well, that's basically what this tool does for your website. It shines a light on performance, accessibility, and other areas that you really messed up. I mean, you might think your site is running pretty well, but let me tell you, run a Lighthouse report on it and you may cry. But the good thing is when you run the report, Lighthouse doesn't just yell at you and tell you what's wrong, it also tells you how to fix these issues. It's this automated tool built into Chrome DevTools that audits your websites for performance, accessibility, SEO, and best practices, and it gives you a detailed report with scores from 0 to 100 on each category. And I mean, some of these category scores, man, can be some pretty hard truths, but it is super helpful because it automates the job of running multiple tests that you'd otherwise manually, or let's be honest, not do at all. You're not doing these tests. Come on, it's okay, I know. The report also includes checking how fast your site loads, whether images are optimized, if buttons are accessible via keyboard, and even if your page uses HTTPS properly. Because let's be honest, no one is trusting your fancy little website if you're not using HTTPS, you cheap butt. If you ever want to work on real projects or client sites, this tool makes you look way more polished. And if this data looks familiar, like something you've seen in an SEO report or like website audit summaries for agencies, for example, that's probably because it is. A lot of the performance charts, accessibility scores, and these like opportunities for improvement sections come straight from Lighthouse. And being free, that's pretty cool. Super simple to use. Just open your Chrome browser, right click, go to inspect, open DevTools, then click on the Lighthouse tab and choose what kind of report you want, mobile or desktop. Hit analyze, and in 30 seconds, boom, you get a full report including scores and suggestions. You can even export the report as a PDF to show your site's performance on, I don't know, maybe your next date. Trust me, you do this, you'll be married in a week. Tool number 5, Prettier. This is exactly what this tool is going to do to your code. Make it look pretty. With a single click, bam. Beautiful. Prettier is a code formatter that enforces consistent style across your code base. Honestly, the thing is great. It formats your HTML, your CSS, your JavaScript, and so much more. Everything from indentation and spacing to line breaks and quote styles. Trust me, your code is messy. Use Prettier, you'll be amazed. You don't have to manually fix spacing, go back and tidy up messy files. You just press save and Prettier just magically handles it for you. Clean code isn't just about aesthetics, it's about readability. And honestly, it just feels good to open up a file and know that everything is where it should be. To get it, in VS Code, just install the Prettier Code Formatter extension, search for it in your extensions tab, then you just run it, npm install save dev in your project, and you can add the Prettier file to customize rules in your project if you want to, but the defaults are really all that you need. So that's a wrap. 5 free tools that can seriously level up your front end workflow. Now you don't need to go crazy and install all of these today. Just pick one, that solves a pain point that you've already felt, and then pick another one later on. If you found this helpful, hit like, subscribe, check out some of these other videos if you want, but that's it. I will see you in the next one.